Amnesty International to NYSC. Stop threatening corps member for criticizing Tinubu, expressing discontent peacefully. Amnesty International has condemned alleged threats against a female National Youth Service Corps NYSC member following her criticism of President Bola Tinubu's administration. In a TikTok video, the corps member expressed frustration over escalating living costs, labeling President Tinubu a terrible leader and questioning the government's efforts to address the economic crisis. Subsequently, she reported receiving calls from NYSC officials demanding the removal of her video and allegedly threatening her for her remarks. In one recorded call, an official purportedly asked, "Are you normal? Keep quiet and bring down the video you posted." Amnesty International emphasized that Nigerians have the right to peacefully express discontent and urge the authorities to address economic issues rather than suppress criticism. The organization stated it is perfectly within her right to express her discontent peacefully. Instead of threatening her for her opinions on rampant inflation, the authorities should be prioritizing addressing the country's economic woes. Legal experts have also weighed in, highlighting constitutional protections for freedom of expression. Human rights lawyer Festus Ogun noted the right to freedom of expression under the 1999 Constitution is supreme over any provision of NYSC bylaw that limits corps members from addressing the press. Criticism of a very useless government is a constitutional right. As of now, the NYSC has not issued an official response regarding these allegations. Nigerian police unveil 5.5 million naira tricycle loan scheme for personnel under welfare program. The Nigerian police force has introduced a tricycle loan scheme to enhance the welfare of its personnel, spearheaded by Inspector General Kayode Egbetokun. The initiative allows officers to acquire various tricycle models, including trucks, taxis, and ambulances, each priced at 5.5 million naira. Repayments are structured over 60 months, with officers paying 90,000 naira monthly through deductions made via the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System (IPPIS). Application forms are available at all police cooperative shops. This initiative aligns with broader efforts to support public servants in Nigeria. For instance, the Kaduna State government recently distributed 7,000 motorcycles to workers, aiming to improve their mobility and productivity. Additionally, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NEL Fund) was established to provide financial assistance to students, with over 50 billion naira sourced from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's EFCC monetary recoveries. These programs demonstrate a commitment to enhancing the welfare of economic stability of public servants and citizens across Nigeria. Nigerian Intelligence Agency, Secret Police (DSS) probed Senator Natasha's participation at IPU meeting without authorization. The Nigerian federal government has initiated an investigation into Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's attendance at the recent Interparliamentary Union (IPU) meeting in New York. This probe, led by the Department of State Services (DSS) and the National Intelligence Agency (NIA), aims to determine how the suspended senator participated without official nomination from Nigeria. According to IPU protocols, only officially nominated delegates from member parliaments are permitted to attend and represent their countries. Nigerian authorities contend that Akpoti-Uduaghan did not adhere to these protocols before attending the IPU meeting on March 11, where she addressed her recent suspension from the Nigerian Senate and alleged sexual harassment by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. In response, IPU President Julia Axon stated that the parliamentary body will investigate the matter, ensuring that both sides are heard. However, Nigerian delegate Honorable Kafilat Ogbara countered Akpoti-Uduaghan's claims, asserting that her suspension resulted from violations of Senate standing rules during plenary sessions, not from allegations against Akpabio. The DSS and NIA are focusing on whether Akpoti-Uduaghan obtained unauthorized credentials, if external facilitators aided her participation, and whether her statement at the IPU misrepresented Nigeria's official stance. The investigation will also assess if any breaches of IPU regulations or Nigerian parliamentary protocol occurred. Senate leader Opayemi Bamidele emphasized that the IPU operates based on established rules and protocols, suggesting that Akpoti-Uduaghan should not have been allowed into the meeting without proper authorization. Similarly, Senator Jimoh Ibrahim, chairman of the Senate Committee on Interparliamentary Activities, stated that her attendance was not approved by the Nigerian Senate or its interparliamentary committee. The investigation aims to uncover the circumstances surrounding Akpoti-Uduaghan's participation in the IPU meeting and determine if any individuals or organizations facilitated her attendance without government approval. How I got access to attend IPU meeting in New York. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has shared how she managed to attend the Interparliamentary Union IPU meeting in New York, despite not being officially nominated by the Nigerian government. In an exclusive interview with Premium Times on Sunday, she explained that she registered for the meeting online as a senator and secured accreditation because she was already on IPU's mailing list from a previous event. She personally financed her trip after obtaining approval to attend. I registered online as a senator. My suspension does not take away my legitimacy. Since I had attended the event last year, I was already on their mailing list. After getting my pass, I bought my ticket and covered all expenses myself, she said. This wasn't her first IPU event. She had previously accompanied Senate President Godswill Akpabio to the 148th IPU General Assembly in Geneva, Switzerland, in March 2024 as part of Nigeria's official delegation. Others in that delegation included Cross River South Senator Ekpenyong Azukwu and Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu. At the assembly, Akpabio called for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza, the release of hostages, and access to humanitarian aid for those affected by the conflict. Clarifying her participation in the recent IPU meeting, Akpoti-Uduaghan explained that her previous involvement with the Commission on the Status of Women and her presence at the Geneva IPU event facilitated her access. She also emphasized that the IPU event is open not just to government officials but also to individuals and civil society organizations. She further stated that she traveled to New York on her regular Nigerian passport, not an official one. Legitimacy of her attendance despite suspension. Akpoti-Uduaghan described her suspension from the Senate as illegal, but maintained that it did not strip her of her legitimacy as an elected senator. However, the 6-month suspension explicitly bars her from identifying herself as a senator, both within Nigeria and internationally. Despite this, she asserted that she attended the IPU meeting on her official capacity and represented her constituents. Alleged plans to arrest her. She also alleged that there were plans to arrest her upon her return to Nigeria. I am aware there are plans to arrest me as soon as I arrive in Abuja, she claimed. She further alleged that Senate President Akpabio sent 3 officials led by the charge the affairs of the Nigerian embassy in New York to remove her from the United Nations premises after her speech. However, she said she was protected by parliamentarians. Degrees will lose relevance in the next 5 years, says NBTE boss. Professor Idris Bugaji, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Board for Technical Education (NBTE), has emphasized the growing importance of skills acquisition over traditional university degrees. He cautioned that university education may lose its relevance in the next 10 to 20 years unless there is a paradigm shift towards integrating skills into academic curricula. Bugaji highlighted that possessing practical skills is becoming increasingly crucial in today's economy. He noted that the individuals with relevant skills, even without formal degrees, are more likely to secure employment or becoming self-reliant. Conversely, those holding degrees without accompanying skills may struggle in the job market. To address this issue, the NBTE has been advocating for the integration of skill training within educational institutions. This includes encouraging polytechnics and colleges of education to offer skills programs alongside traditional diploma and certificates. Additionally, the NBTE has introduced initiatives like the HND to BSc top-up program designed to facilitate the academic progression of higher national diploma holders. Bugaji's stance reflects a broader global trend that prioritizes skills and competencies over mere possession of degrees. He cited examples from other countries such as China, which converted 600 universities into polytechnics to better deliver on skill training. He urged Nigerian educational institutions to adapt accordingly to remain relevant in the evolving global landscape. In summary, the NBTE is advocating for a shift in focus from traditional degree acquisition to skills development, emphasizing that practical competencies are essential for future employability and self-sufficiency. Military personnel, schools, religious bodies, trade union to be exempted from tax reform bills. The Nigerian House of Representatives has recently approved significant amendments to 4 tax reform bills, introducing various exemptions and maintaining certain tax rates. Key highlights: military personnel exemption. The House has approved the exemption of military personnel salaries from income tax, acknowledging their critical role in national security. Value added tax (VAT). The proposal to incrementally increase the VAT rate to 15% by 2030 was rejected. Instead, the current VAT rate is retained at 7.5%. Inheritance tax. Concerns regarding the potential reintroduction of inheritance tax was addressed by removing provisions that could have been interpreted as such. The House clarified that income from inherited assets before distribution will not be taxed. Funding for agencies. The continuous funding of agencies like TED Fund, NYSC, and NIDA from Development Levies Fund has been approved. While specific exemptions for schools, religious bodies, and trade unions were not detailed in the available resources, it is noteworthy that the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs has urged the Senate to amend sections of the tax reform bills to align with Sharia law. They recommended replacing the term ecclesiastical with religious to ensure inclusivity. Additionally, the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, assured the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) and that the welfare of workers is protected in the bills. He highlighted that workers earning below 1 million naira per annum, approximately 83,000 naira per month, will benefit from lower taxes, with full exemption for low-income earners up to this threshold. This development reflects the government's efforts to balance revenue generation with the welfare of its citizens, especially those in critical sectors and lower income brackets. Follow for more. March 16, 2025.